I was a skeptic for many years about organic food. I thought it was marketing. I thought the food looked beautiful, was very expensive, and I thought it was mostly marketing. And the marketing message that I received as a consumer was, here's this beautiful food that's more expensive. And by the way, we don't grow it with pesticides. And so you've got less harmful chemicals on it. And it didn't feel right to me. And I had all these questions in my head about like whether or not that's really true. And what do I just wash my food a little bit more? I mean, I wasn't really sure what was real or not. Well, I changed my mind a few years ago. And I'll tell you, I was at the Royal Society in London, actually, at a really incredible meeting with horticulturalists, with astrophysicists, just a bunch of incredible scientists. And I had the privilege of sitting next to a horticulturalist, and I was talking with her about a new paper, research paper that had come from out of the journal Nature, which is a British publication, one of the premier scientific journals. And I said, I just read this paper that was really astounded me. They looked at strawberries, and they were looking for the natural substance, ellagic acid, which is what makes strawberries tart. And ellagic acid is anti-inflammatory. It helps your immune system. It starves cancer. I've done research on ellagic acid myself. And so I know how powerful it is. And they were looking at strawberries, comparing organic versus conventionally grown strawberries. Another way to say that is strawberries grown with pesticides or not with, or no pesticides. And they were looking at ellagic acid in the strawberries. And when they measured the conventionally grown strawberries, they all had some ellagic acid. That was fine. Okay. I expected that. But then when they measured the organic strawberries, every single organic strawberry they measured had 2 times or more of the ellagic acid. And I thought that was absolutely astounding that an organically grown fruit would actually have more of that beneficial substance, that Mother Nature's kind of bioactive. And so I talked to the horticulturist and I said, okay, so help me understand why, right? So look, when you're talking to a real scientist, when scientists admit that they don't know something, yeah. Right? So, and that's how anybody who says they know everything, probably not a scientist. I mean, I literally admitted my ignorance about this, and I asked the horticulturist, can you help me understand why that might be? And she gave me this answer that I've subsequently dove more deeply in, and it's absolutely true. It's true with coffee as well. Mother Nature, in part, made these bioactives like ellagic acid in strawberries, or in coffee, chlorogenic acid is another one of these. And the way that plants respond to bugs nibbling on the stems and leaves, biting at them, okay, that's the pest, okay, might make the plant not look so nice, all right, might even mar the fruit a little bit so it's not quite as beautiful, but the plant reacts to those little nibbles as an injury, as a wound. And in response, and a wound healing response, it produces more ellagic acid. Yeah. Or in the case of coffee, it makes more chlorogenic acid. So the little nibbling is part of kind of the way that evolution actually developed how plants respond to create more of these bioactives. So what happens, so why is there this difference? Well, if you actually grow a strawberry with pesticides, there's fewer bugs. The plant looks nicer. Fruit looks nicer. No bugs, no injury, less ellagic acid being made. And so all of a sudden, like this light bulb went off in my head. And this was a few years ago that I realized this, and I had this conversation. Everywhere I've looked, any research that's been done, it is true that the bioactives are higher in the organically grown plants. And that started to change my mind about organics, because the argument now is not that organics have less bad stuff. The argument is the organics have more good stuff. Now, all of a sudden, I have a different view of the nature of how this fruit is grown and what the benefits of growing without pesticides are.